a few weeks ago, we went to Sibley Mountain slate quarry. It was a quarry from 1770s and the third oldest quarry in all of Nova Scotia, and we checked out that site. While I was looking up Sibley Mountain, something else came up online that I thought was interesting, and that was called Sibley Rock or Sibley Monolith or Sibley Dolmen. Not related to the quarry, but from what I could find online, it's named after a surveyor of the area whose last name was Sibley, so he called it after himself. And what it is a giant slab of rock resting or balancing on smaller rocks. And a lot of the times that kind of structure indicates a burial ground or something of the kind, made by perhaps ancient druids or some other ancient peoples like this. In this case, I don't think that's what it is. I think it's just a glacier erratic left over by the glaciers that just happened to end up on some rocks and is balancing. But we will investigate. I think the hike is fairly strenuous from what I could find online, and you can see kind of through the car, it might be going through a lot of thick brush, as well as a river crossing, and possibly a swamp too, but it's been dry for the past few days, so hopefully the swamp isn't too bad. There is a book about treasure hunting in Nova Scotia or Atlantic Canada, and it does have some stories about this rock in particular, claiming some Masonic or Knights Templar origins, or at least association, but I think those are just stories, and most likely explanation is the glacier erratic. Jessica, not impressed?
I didn't say that.
Okay, let's go find this. Okay, we will be going into here. You can kind of see a faint trail, so that's what we'll be following. And we're in a giant wilderness area just south of the Halifax airport. I'll put a little map just to give an idea of how large this area is. But so far, it doesn't seem to be too bad. A bit of an overgrown trail. And as far as I know, very few people come to do this hike. So it should be good, just us. Doubt we'll see anybody else here. I put on a long sleeve hat, bug spray as well, because I have a feeling there'll be a lot of mosquitoes and other biting bugs, and most likely ticks as well. Oh yeah, it's definitely overgrown, but we've been through worse. So we'll see how this keeps shaping up. So the area changed up pretty rapidly here. We're going through like a clearing, and it's actually really nice. Birch trees everywhere. Maybe there is chaga on them, or this might be a good area to come to tap them for birch sap in the spring. There is no path though, so it's walking through all this stuff, but it's not bad. The clearing has changed back into a dense forest and a swamp to go along with it. So I think we'll have to walk around this because I don't think we can make it. So we'll try to go around at least this patch of area. And of course you can hear the airplanes flying by since we're very close to the airport. I don't want to veer off the path for too long because everything's so overgrown here. It'll make finding it very difficult again. But here it is. Not really much of a path, but it's evident that it used to be an old road. Crazy how overgrown it is now. Basically no resemblance of a road unless you're actually on it, and only in some spots. Okay, we come upon a pond and the river crossing, just like as expected. In the instructions it says there's a bridge, but I guess those are quite old instructions because there is remnants of a bridge right here. But luckily I think the water level is pretty low and there's a lot of rocks, so I think we'll make it. Some updates that I didn't record. There were bear prints in the forest and I had a tick on me, but that's about it. And the wind picked up here since we're not covered under the tree shrubs anymore. So Jessica will be making her way and then I will follow. Or maybe I will go first and then help her. But for sure we're making this across. I made it across. It was fairly easy. And now Jessica is making her way as well. Okay, I think I might just cut the recording here. This is gonna take a while. Okay, I will help her cross and then we'll pick up on the other side. Well, as you can see, we have made it across. It wasn't that bad. No bridge though. And now we follow the path, or not really a path, whatever this wilderness area is. A change in scenery once again. This area is really nice, and it's good that we're here when it's pretty dry. Otherwise I feel like all of this would have been a swamp. The trail has disappeared and became very thick bush. Jessica took over navigating and she seems to be doing a good job. How far do we have left? 1.2 kilometers. So she navigated us 500 meters so far. I guess we keep going and hopefully we make it.
Tell the camera about how you navigated us wrong.
I got fired from navigating for going the wrong way.
You needed me.
The last few hundred meters were brutal. I didn't record it, but it was going through very thick brush. I don't even know how we made it, but we're still not at the rock yet. How far to go?
I ripped my pants.
How far do we have?
I have to navigate us because he was leading us wrong.
180 meters to go. But you can see in every direction it's thick brush. So that 150 meters is gonna take like half an hour probably.
We're gonna knock it out before sunset.
But So we made it to the location that was on the map. There is flag and tape here, but sadly we can't see anything that even comes close to that rock. We've been going around this area, which is incredibly difficult to do. Like, it's completely overgrown, and nothing. We followed the instructions. We found the clearing. It says you can see the rock from the clearing. We cannot see it. The flagging tape that we come across, which says that's where it should be, is not. There's no rock. So I don't know. We might be very close and just missing something, or maybe it was never here. It's after dark. We're still in it. This was the worst hike ever. It took so long to try to get out, and we're not even out. We still have to cross the river. No flashlight. We're using a cell phone for navigation too. Ran out of water, and the worst part, we didn't see the stupid rock. So we will try to cross this river, and then it's more or less of a path. So compared to what we did to get to this point, the 1.6 kilometers of brutality, which took 3 hours, we can do it. We just need to cross this river. You can hear the frogs. Say something now.
I'm hurting really badly.
But we do it.
Yeah.
As you can see, we made it back to the car. That took over 6 hours to do, and unfortunately we did not see the rock we set out to see. I didn't record this or even take a photo. There was a rock that looked like it was balancing on other rocks, but it had fallen off, so I didn't think that was it. It didn't seem to match the photos. It was a very hard trek back. Jessica got injured. You want to say?
No.
But we're glad to have made it out. And I think that's it. We're gonna get some water, some food, and recover to be ready for our next adventure. After getting home, I wanted to take a look as why we weren't able to reach the Sibley stone. So I took a look at the data that my GPS Garmin watch recorded and compared it to the location that we were going to. And it showed that we were exactly where we were supposed to be. Exactly where the 2 different websites that I checked gave the coordinates. That's where we arrived. So prior to setting out on this, I pulled up as much information as I could online, which wasn't much. There was only 3 websites that I could find that talked about this. The first 2 have the exact same matching coordinates, which is exactly where we went, and the stone wasn't there. And the third website was the geocaching website. And I didn't know this before I got home, that in order for the geocaching website to show you the coordinates, you had to have an account and be logged in. So I got an account yesterday after the hike, logged in, and it gave the coordinates for the geocache that's actually located under that rock. And when I compared that to the 2 websites I checked in before, one of them is about various megaliths, and same with the other one. They actually both just list megalith coordinates throughout North America and possibly elsewhere in the world. Those coordinates didn't match. They were off by quite a bit. I think it was over 400 meters difference. So the location we arrived at, even though it had some flagging tapes, there was no way you could see the Sibley rock from there because the distance was too great and everything is wildly overgrown. So it's very unfortunate that we came within 400 meters of it. We actually went past it, like on the GPS track, so we went even further than we needed to go, and it was just 400 meters to our east. Likely we won't be going back there, well, not for some time, probably not ever even, just because the trek up to the river is no issue. Crossing the river at the time of the year we did it, no issue. The bogs and stuff, they were fairly dry, so going through that was reasonable. But the problem is, after the river, heading south, There is no trail of any kind. Everything is overgrown. So when you go through something, the trees and the low bushes just grab onto your pants and rip them and rip at everything, and it's just almost impassable. So from the river crossing to the actual rock location, or to even where we went, it's about 1.6 kilometers, but that likely will take over 2 hours to do, and very hard going, very miserable, will destroy clothes, boots, and if you don't go at the correct time of the year, probably also get wet and stuck in a swamp. So that's it. We made it back, so that was good. Unfortunate that we came so close to it, but didn't see, I guess, the photos from other people, which there aren't many of, will have to suffice. And yeah, we'll get back to some other adventures, something that we know how to get to, or at least have better directions, and hopefully an actual path that's not just going through shrubs and trees and forests that rip your clothes off.